What's up, guys? Welcome back to Digital Dive-In, the proper gaming talk show where we dive into everything gaming every single week. As usual, it's your boy Sandsology and JayDubbs.
Good morning, Four Loco team. It's nice to see you back here in the morning, and we're having a good time talking about video games. What's up, people? Oh yeah, hey, how you doing, fans? If we have any out there.
So, if you don't know what we're going to be talking about today, we're going to be diving into the whole new PS Plus overhaul type of thing that they just announced is launching in June. Really, just a quick TLDR. It's a not even a complete rehaul. It's like the laziest combination that Sony has ever done. It's literally just a mishmash of PlayStation Plus and PS Now. That's literally it. It has 3 different tiers: an essential, extra, and premium. That all give you new shit. The essential is literally just PS Plus. The extra is PS Plus with downloadable PS4 and PS5 games that are included. And then premium is all the other tiers, plus a bunch of streamable PS3 games and downloadable PS2 and PSP games, along with the PS4 and 5 stuff as well. Plus, you get game trials. And they all have their different price points. Really just blowing through this so we can actually get to the meat of, like, you know, our opinions and what we think about it. But yeah, the essential is $60 a year, which is exactly what PS Plus is. The extra is $100 a year, and then the premium was $120 a year. So at the most expensive tier, you still are saving a lot more than Game Pass Ultimate, which is $180 a year, which is but I mean, Game Pass Ultimate does give you an absolute crap ton of stuff, including day one games. So PS Plus is not doing that at all.
So you can cancel at any time.
Oh yeah,
It's funny that PlayStation, Jim Ryan did the interview about this new tier system. He's like, well, we just don't think it's viable, or we don't think it's great for investments and great for our products and everything. And it's just
yeah.
like, well, you kind of lumped everything together. If you kept it separate, you'd be able to
Well,
do it at any
the
time you
only
want.
the only reason they did that, the only reason they're doing any of this, right, is because PS Now has been just a complete non-starter. No one's giving a shit about it. No one's been subscribing. No one's been using it because when they first launched, it was horrible. They had like barely any good games there. The streaming was very unbalanced and it was glitchy and it was bad. It
It's only
improved
slightly
a
less
ton.
horrible.
Yeah, I mean, it was
Oh no, go ahead. Sorry, finish your sentence. Go
no,
ahead.
like now, what PS Plus or PS Now was, they improved the like connection speeds a lot, so it's a lot less glitchy. Kind of what happened with Google Stadia when it first came out. Like, it was really glitchy at first, then they dumped more money into it. It's exactly what Sony did, and it was actually fine now. But like I said, most people still don't give a shit about PS Now just because of the selection. Now they did update the selection, and like, if it's not like Game Pass, people aren't going to really give a shit because they can stream older games, sure, but a lot of these games are either included in like the PS Plus collection, or they're just totally fine with getting the regular free games a month.
Tried PS Now years after it
Yeah, me
started.
too.
Just doing the free trials, and it was very much. It wasn't even the games that were lackluster. It was just the performance in general. I'm playing
Yeah,
the game, and it's just like, stop, blue screen, streaming error,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, mid
They
game,
did that
or
that was the issue for like years. It was just like not working correctly. The connections were just bad. And then like 2019 or 2018 or something like that, they revamped it, kind of dumped more money into it, and actually made it good, kind of. In terms of connection speeds.
by then it was too late because and here's the thing about that extra tier, the first extra tier for
What
being
the
able to.
extra, just the PS Plus extra.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just like, honestly, I feel like there should just be 2 tiers. Why? Because PS5, PS4. Why would I pay an ongoing subscription when I could just buy the game once and play it on my current PS4? If I don't have a
Yeah.
PS5, then that's going to be even less value for me
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
extra.
Well,
You know,
I don't think it's less value purely because there aren't a whole lot of PS5 games out yet.
That too, and the way they were, that it's going to be 500 of the latest PS4, PS5 games.
Yeah.
Dude, you released like 10 games for PS5. What are you talking
Exactly.
about? And sure, I think they're talking in the long term,
Yeah.
but
I mean, like the games that they're talking about launching on, like putting on there on launch are, what was it? Horizon Forbidden West, God of
Horizon, Miles
War,
Morales,
Miles Morales, Spider Man, all that stuff. They
well,
said
that's
not
old.
to expect Ragnarok anytime soon,
Yeah,
but that's, yeah. Like I said, they're not trying to do Game Pass, which I'm actually like, I understand it because I'm sure Xbox takes a huge loss on Game Pass Ultimate with all their day one stuff, especially for their exclusive games. Because, yeah, they're getting $180 a year from most of their users, but they're also losing out on like all of those brand new games that they're putting on Game Pass. Like people are not buying.
necessarily because Xbox understands that there's one thing that will always remain the same about a customer base. They want to own what they pay for.
True,
If
but
they
not
buy the game,
everyone. Some, like probably about half of those people will buy the actual game and keep it.
yeah, but then that just turns into the next generation of GameFly, and that's fine.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. Oh man, I miss GameFly. GameFly
that's
was
fine.
great. I think it's still
So
alive.
yeah, it is. You rent the game for $5, you
Yeah,
return it in like a week, and you're done.
yeah,
So it turns into the next generation of GameFly combined with you'll have those people. You'll still be getting that $180 a month from 25 million
yeah.
people,
Exactly.
and then you get the extra revenue of people that buy the
Buy the
game
game afterwards,
actually
yeah,
like
so
it.
they actually have it. It would make
And
more
that's
sense for Game Pass if they release the games on launch, right? Like day one Game Pass, but they only had them there for like a couple weeks, and then they took them off. Because then that would
nah,
actually incentivize more people to go out, try the game on Game Pass, and then go out and actually buy the game.
but that's not fair to people that have a life.
Yeah, well, that's fair. That is true.
I mean, the way that Xbox is doing it is freaking beautiful, and
Yeah.
I called it when they started this. It was like it's going to be bad. PlayStation's not going to do a good job because it's going to try to be Game Pass without being
Well,
Game Pass.
yeah. The thing
Because
is, they're not trying to be Game Pass. They're literally the only thing they're doing here
this,
is combining PS Plus and PS Now. That's the only thing they've done. They haven't
this
done anything new. Plus, all their PS2, PS3, PSP games, they're not optimized. They're just the game from that era that you
that's what
can
I'm saying.
download now. It's like,
They made this as something to shut everybody up about what's going to compete with Game Pass, but they're not really putting their all into it. So
yeah,
it's not
it's a
too
very
well.
just lackluster
And then I can
thing.
already tell you what they're going to say. They're going to be like, "Hey, nobody's buying this still. After we revamped it, I guess nobody wants to play old games anymore. It's not that we don't not want to play old games anymore. It's how you're packaging the old games and giving it.
Yeah. If anything, the premium one, the premium extra should have been flipped, right? I mean,
Right.
why do you want to pay $120 to play old ass games that are not optimized? If you put that in the extra tier and then had the premium tier for PS4 and PS5, that would make a lot more sense because those are way bigger, more graphically intelligent, technical marvels than
Yeah.
these older
I
games are.
mean, and
And
if you really
like,
don't want
it
to
doesn't
pay,
make sense.
yeah, if you really don't want to pay $60 to play all these games, $60 to $70 to play all those games, then make that the $120
Yeah,
tier, and then you could just pay that every month and play all these games. You know,
exactly.
that would have made more sense, or just merging the two tiers together, making it one extra tier, and then that just has everything, and then people probably would have been more keen to doing that. This middle tier just feels like bullshit. It just feels
Yeah.
like filler.
I
It's
mean, I
like it's a
mean, I will likely like between the three, I will likely get the extra just because it's not that much. It's $100 a year. It's not horrible, and you can probably even get discounts on like websites like CD Keys because I don't think I paid a full PS Plus subscription price in like 4 years. Because CD Keys has them for like $40. I'm like, bet. All right, sweet. Even Amazon sometimes has discounts on their yearly subscriptions. I'm like, oh, all right, cool.
you know, um, and I feel like they half ass this and then they
Yeah.
complain that nobody wants it, and it's just like, when are these companies going to learn? And I've been saying this for a while now. Steam and Microsoft are doing what Nintendo and PlayStation refuse to do. If you
Hmm.
just give customers what they want, they will give you their money. They still don't have any PS3 emulation on this, which would have been the thing to make people want this in the first place.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's just what the premium is. I mean, you're going to be able to stream PS3 games and download PS2 and PSP games. And
stream PS3 and download PS3 are completely
yeah, yeah. Like they only have. I don't know. I really don't understand what the difference is between the PS2 and the PS3 games. That you can't download the PS3 games, but you can download the PS2 games. I'm like,
they've been running this story ever since the PS3 came out. That it was just the architecture that makes it,
well, the PS3 was extremely unique in terms of its design and mechanics. Like it was, and it was weird, and that's why the PS3 didn't work as well as the Xbox 360.
Right. And then the counter argument is that, well, I mean, if I can give emulation on an i3 computer, from this like 10 years ago, and have it run smoothly at 1080 60 frames, there's no reason why a PS5 can't do it.
Exactly. It really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And I don't think they've ever done a good job at explaining why. I don't even think they actually know. They're just like,
everyday people can emulate your own technology better than you can, and you're not able to try. I don't understand that.
Okay, Sony, what the hell? But I mean, in general, I will 100%. I will most likely get the extra tier. Just because I would like to have that library of games to be able to play whenever I want. It's $100. It's not that bad at all for the newer games. I don't have a lot of interest in playing older games. I know I'm gonna take my gamer card, whatever you want, but like I was in the area. I played the games, cool. But I mean, having access to that many games, I have so many games on my backlog. Like I'm never gonna touch those games. I know that.
But like I missed out on a lot of games because I grew up in a very strict household, so I wasn't able to have a lot of stuff. Yeah. I ended up getting introduced to a lot of consoles and stuff through playing over my friends' houses and stuff like that. Too. So I never got to play through the God of War series. I never got to, and that has not been remastered since PS3. Yeah. I can't get it on PS3. So I still
have a PS3.
I still want to play. I haven't played the Killzone series.
They're so good.
Exactly. I missed that. I played the PSP one, but the PSP one.
That was bad. Yeah. That one was bad. And Killzone 4 was bad.
I never got to play Chains of Olympus on PSP, So there was a lot of PS2, PS1 games that I ended up missing out on.
I only played like a handful when it came to the PSP. I only played like a handful. Like I played Gravity Rush. I played Ape Escape. That was a fun ass game. Played Wipeout was fun.
You got to kind of come on, man. Like I don't expect you to just jump ship, but at least if you want to do both, then commit to doing both. You put together this subscription. You really clearly, you guys have been working on it for a minute, low key in a response to Game Pass, but also just trying to PlayStation Now viable. And you still didn't do it.
Yeah, exactly. I almost guarantee, and I've been looking online a lot, looking at people commenting and stuff about it, and most people are the same mindset where they're like, I'm just going to stick with PS Plus. I don't really need this library of games and stuff like that. I don't need unoptimized old games. I'm fine with, the standard stuff.
They didn't go as far as Xbox did, and that's why Xbox Game Pass is more valuable.
Exactly.
They optimized all their games for 120 FPS.
Yeah.
Everything that was older than Xbox One.
If PlayStation did that and then added the day one releases and stuff like that, then it would literally just be Game Pass on PlayStation. But more people would be way more interested and willing to pay the 120.
But that's the thing. That's fine. When the console war started, everybody came out with their consoles, and it was like, oh, well, this is just a reskin of this, or this is just a reskin of that. But did anybody care? They put their own
exactly.
on it, and everybody got their own individual fan base. When Microsoft came out, clearly it was, we're trying to get into the console race. Well, put their own skin on it, came out with their own games, and now look at where they're at now. So it's just taking away from somebody else, using somebody else's or taking away from somebody else's idea and putting your own spin on it isn't always a bad thing. And I feel like PlayStation has always tried to steer clear of taking other people's practices, even if they were good from a business standpoint.
Yeah.
You know,
No, I know exactly what you mean, and I have a feeling Sony and PlayStation didn't do this purely because they didn't want people to say, "Oh, you're just ripping off Game Pass."
right?
I'm sure that was the idea. I mean, Jim Ryan said the reason they didn't do that is because they thought that it would take away from like the prestige of Sony exclusive games. And I'm like, not really. If anything, you would give more people the access to play them.
Jim Ryan doesn't know what the people want.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's very true.
2 years in a row, he tried to do something and said something stupid that has wildly outraged the PS community, and that was wrong.
Yeah.
2020, nobody likes to play old games anymore. Well, here's the thing about that, Jim. You know, and then last year, we're going to shut down the PS3 and the Vita stores because, you know.
Well, I mean that's acceptable. That's
Here's the thing, Jim. Like, if you're not going to let us emulate PS3 games,
yeah.
we still need our PS3 and we still need the store. So, like,
Well, I think they're doing this just to show that, like, hey, we're keeping PS3 games around. You can still play them if you want. You have to pay us to throw it, but still. I mean, if you really want to stream, like, I really wish they would optimize all these games. However, that would take a lot of work. A lot of work, especially for the PS2 games. Like, oh my God. You would have to do so much to optimize them to be able to play well on these new consoles.
Honestly, just doing this first. Do what Microsoft has been doing.
Yeah.
We're adding 70 games. We're adding 70 games fully optimized. All right, this time we're adding 100 games fully optimized.
Exactly. You just gotta do it like as in sequences, so you can like actually work on them to make them worthwhile. I think what they're doing is just dumping all these games on this service and be like, here you go. Have fun.
And that's the thing. They don't. I don't know if they realize. I'm sure they realize, but they don't. They're not taking advantage of the fact that they have the better gaming catalog.
Oh, they do, yeah.
And they have the more enriching gaming catalog. If they just put in the effort to optimize everything and add some emulation, this will blow. This will be just as good as Game Pass, even without day one releases.
Yeah, exactly. It could have been. It really could have been. I mean, my only issue, and not my only issue. I have a lot of issues with this, but my biggest question with this new PS Plus revamp is literally just called PS Plus, which is again dumb. But I don't know like what their timetable is for putting the PS4 and PS5 games on there. Like if they're just gonna put like them on after a year, which would not make any sort of sense whatsoever. Unless you just want people to go back and play the games that they might have skipped out on. Like they're adding Returnal, which I didn't buy because I'm not the biggest fan of like roguelike games because I don't have the time to do that shit. Like I literally do not have time to play through like a 2-hour level just to die 50 billion times and not progress anywhere in the game. I don't have time for that.
I think Returnal's in a league of its own where like usually roguelites are reminiscent of like 90s games where it's like you have a short story, you have like 10 levels, you go, you die, you start over, whatever. This is like a full-blown story and
exactly
that is in a roguelike scenario. So that's a lot. That's definitely a different kind of commitment.
I mean, it's the same as Sifu, but Sifu is significantly shorter.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say far easier to play through, but they make it way better where, like, if you die in a certain area, like, either you age or you just get sent to the beginning again. You just have to restart the whole thing. However, the cool part is, like, once you get through a certain section, you can just start the next section.
Yeah.
Like, the next part of the game. Once you finish off that one boss, you can go to the next one. You just start at that age, so it pays off to like go back to the beginning and replay it a couple times. But the fact that it's shorter, it only has like 5 sections in it, makes it a lot more accessible for people who don't have a whole lot of time to play. Plus, it's a very fast-paced game, so Returnal like takes a little bit more time.
Yeah, and I think honestly, if they were going to be serious about this, they need to look at optimization. That's
the biggest thing they need to do. And who knows if they're ever actually going to do that.
And then also, a lot of people were saying like they were kind of vague on whether you'd be able to download all the games on PS1 and PS2. If some of them were going to be streamed
Yeah,
only.
they said that some of them will be streamed, some of them will be downloaded. I think it depends on the age of them. So like
Come on, man.
their very first like PS2 games, it doesn't make sense because they didn't even explain which ones are gonna do which. I'm just like, it feels like they really did this extremely half-assed and didn't really put a whole lot of thought into it. It's like, oh yeah, some of them you can stream, some of them you can download. We don't know which ones are going to be available for which yet, but you'll find out.
And then it comes out. It's like 10 games are downloadable. The rest of the stream.
The rest of the stream is like
that doesn't compute.
Boy. Oh boy.
But then they want to complain that nobody's buying it. It's like, dude, if you just give customers what they want, they will give you their money. It's so simple.
Yeah.
Just so simple. So simple.
The one good thing I would say is that the new PS Plus Now amalgamation does allow you to start streaming games to your PC, which is basically what Game Pass does, which is great. Like, does Game Pass Ultimate include it for PC or no? I think
no.
it does.
There's only one Game Pass tier for PC, and that's just the standard.
Oh no, it does say Game Pass Ultimate. It does say play over 100 high quality games for console, PC, and phones and tablets. So Game Pass Ultimate does include PC.
But there's a
there's a separate one for there's Game Pass for PC, Game Pass for console, the Xbox Live
Game
Gold.
Pass Ultimate says that you can get Xbox Gold in it and everything, but like PC players don't need that.
No.
So.
Yeah. So there's, and I mean, it works if you want to play on have the
but you
possibility to play. So yeah, exactly. I mean, I would like to be able to stream my games on PC for sure, just because it would make actually recording gameplay or streaming gameplay that much easier. Oh my god. However, my internet would take a huge freaking hit when you're streaming a game and trying to stream to YouTube or Twitch. Oh my god, that would suck.
And that's the problem with anything streaming related. Like they need to get off the streaming shit. They look at Google Stadia. It's like they're not looking at everybody else trying to do the same thing and failing miserably.
Yeah.
Like you look at Google Stadia, man. It's like
Google Stadia is actually surviving very well. So, it's doing a good job. And it's because they really, really, really beefed up their servers. Like there's almost zero latency with those games, and it's kind of impressive.
PlayStation is so divided that not all of their, manpower and networking is going to go to beefing up. So it's a shit show.
Yeah, if they want people to take this thing seriously, they need to do two things: it's server optimization and game optimization. It's just optimization in general.
Yeah.
If they don't do that, no one's going to give a crap about any of these games or any of these services.
Salt in the wound. It's just like the way that they package everything. Where it's just like GameStop is very much going for not GameStop. Xbox is going for a very much blockbuster style.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, hey, you can buy this. You can cancel anyting. $15 a month. It's $10 a month if you really want to be cheap about it. You can still get even the day one. You can still get everything. Mm-hmm. And with a little bit of purchase,
you just have to, if you want the cheaper option for game. Well, here's the thing: Xbox, I don't like the way they structure it because it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Because even if you do like the regular Game Pass for consoles, you still have to pay for Xbox Gold a year. So it's almost it's not. I forget. Let me see. It's like it's $10. Yeah, so it's $10. It's $20 a month instead of $15. So you're spending more for Game Pass Ultimate. I mean, you're getting more as well, but yeah, you're still spending more for the Ultimate version of it than you would if you just got Game Pass and Gold.
I mean, honestly, making you pay for internet twice is something that has been a heated topic between gamers anyway. Like all companies are making you pay for internet twice. I already have to pay for my Wi-Fi. Why do I have to pay to play online when
That's the thing. That's why I'm not mad at the extra tier, because the extra tier does legitimately make sense. Like that's the only one that makes sense. The premium tier, I don't give a fuck. All right, The extra tier does legitimately make sense. That's what they should have done in the first place because, you get the PS Plus, you get the online play, you get the free games per month, and you get the library of, last gen and next gen titles. So that makes sense. I'm not mad at that, honestly. And all those games are downloadable too, which is even better.
That should have been in the OG PS Plus.
Yeah, like if they really wanted people to give a shit about PS Now, then the extra tier should have been the essential. Like it should have just given you the library and maybe beefed it up like, $10, $20, Like made it like $80 a year for the whole library games, library,
Yes, PS4,
and
PS4,
PS Plus.
PS3.
Yeah. Not even PS3. Not even PS3 because again, those games are so weirdly structured technical wise.
You gotta put. It's
There's
like
a lot of work that would go into that.
I mean, that's the problem with Sony. It's like they're trying to like ostracize PS3 and make this like the dark horse that nobody should like ever look back at again. It's like, dude, that was some of your best work, dog. Like,
yes and no. The games themselves, they had some of the best games ever made. But the way that the PS3 was made and the way it ran was bad.
It was, and I had to get my PS3 fixed 3 times.
Oh yeah, I got 3 different ones. I had the fat, the slim, and then another slim when the other slim broke. And I still have one slim at my parents' house.
Yeah, my fat broke twice, and then I had to get slim, and then when my slim was on its way out, that's when PS4 came out. So it like lasted long enough, and I just
I ended up just buying a PS or an Xbox 360 when. Like 2 years before the PS4 came out because I went to college. I was like, I'm just going to get the 360 because that's when everyone who was playing online was on 360. Like nobody played the online for PS3, even though it was free, but it was bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, it was.
And they got hacked constantly because it was free.
But I was still able to play Destiny on a.
Oh yeah, I still played. I at that point when that game came out, like I didn't really. I wasn't even.
Got to college, bro. I remember that day. You were in your college dorm, and we were living downstairs in Shanks, and you were like, "Yo."
I'm pretty sure I got Destiny 1 when I got my PS4 because I was like, "Oh shit!"
Because it was a bundle. I think it was a bundle, wasn't it?
Yeah, it might have been because it wasn't the PS. It wasn't the Destiny Edition PS4,
right? Which
does look really cool. But yeah, I think I got the bundle that came with it. I was like, why not?
You're like, yo, bro, come upstairs. I got something to show you.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then you fucking showed me Resogun. And I was like, oh my god.
Yo, Resogun was such a good game. It was such a good game. I love those little indie games. That's one thing I miss about PS Plus. I really wish they would start like putting out indie games again. Speaking of which, out there. The next PS Plus games were announced, and they're not horrible. Spire or something?
SpongeBob SquarePants Rehydrated.
Yeah, I'm hyped for that. I'm hyped for that.
And then it was Hood Outlaw.
Yeah, which, I mean, that game was DOA when it came out, so I was like...
I mean, let's talk about the fact that this month's PlayStation Plus was fucking Sonic Team Racing. Trying to up hype for the movie, which the movie's going to be good.
Oh, the movie's going to be great, but Team Racing, I'm like, man.
They used one of the worst performing Sonic games.
Yeah. Although Ghost Runner was dope. Ghost Runner's a dope ass game.
I bought it on PC and I bought it on fucking console. It's great.
You bought it? I didn't buy it. I just watched some gameplay and then it came out free. I'm like, bet.
It's annoying as fuck.
Oh, I'm sure. No, it reminds me of Super Hot.
It's because it's not only that it's one shot, it's that the enemies are so bullshit.
Jaded.
It's fun when you execute it well, but like also the game's gonna bullshit you a lot.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Oh, I know. I watched gameplay for it.
It's gonna be this one boss. It is gonna be one of the most frustrating things you'll ever.
God, yeah, that's fair. I also really just want to get. I'm at the point where I'm about to get Elden Ring just because I do legitimately want to play it. But
Ghost Runner 2 also got announced for a sequel only 3 months after it released, dude. Nice. Only 3 months after it released, it got a sequel. So we're waiting for that. And I don't know about Elden Ring. That's the thing.
I'm watching Jacksepticeye's playthrough of it right now, and I'm just like the fact that I'm watching him, so I know kind of what I'm getting into beforehand, and he's showing like some secrets and some tips and stuff on how to handle bosses. I'm like, I can handle this game. I could probably do this.
I mean, you could, but it's going to take a long
Oh
time.
yeah, for sure. And I'm not going to be getting it anytime soon. I have Dying Light 2 to finish, and I'm like in I
Yeah.
think the last quarter of that game, and then I have Horizon to fucking play, and that game's going to take forever. And then I really want to get Ghostwire Tokyo because it looks like you're playing as John Constantine, and I'm like, let's fucking go.
That
I
was
want
my
to.
Tokyo, and you would know what it was like if you watched my stream.
I did.
Anyway. Oh, you did? Thank
I
you.
did. I watched the replay of it.
Oh, thank you. It's great.
Well,
It's very
I watched bits and pieces of it. Like, I skipped the head, watched a little bit, skipped the head, watched a little bit.
Of course you did.
I'm not going to sit there for 2.5 hours and watch the whole thing. Like, come on, man.
I'm kidding.
You're not that interesting. I'm kidding.
It's very fun. It's very.
Oh, it looks fun.
It's fine.
You literally look like you're John Constantine. I'm like, oh.
The hand signs and everything. Yeah, man. It's
I'm like,
so
sweet.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh my
But yeah,
God.
so this PS Plus overhaul, I mean, are you going to upgrade to any of the other tiers at all? I mean, I'm gonna go up to the extra just because I would like that, you know, the library of PS4 and PS5 games.
Here's the thing. If I can just buy the game and not have a reoccurring subscription, if I like it enough, then I'll just buy the game.
Well, I mean, you don't have to do the recurring subscription. You can do it by the month, by like 3 months, 6 months, and then a year. So it's like,
Hey, but that's the problem. That's what I was saying before. They lumped it together with Essential PS Plus, so I can't cancel it anytime I want. If I want to do my yearly subscription,
oh well, yeah,
I have to do my yearly subscription with PlayStation Plus.
yeah,
Yearly
that's
subscription.
true. That's true.
So, and that's why I say this is kind of scummy because it's not really giving you full range of options. Like if I want to get my yearly subscription and then try out the extra tiers for like a month and a half, do whatever, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I have to kind of fully commit.
You have to
and then
do
if
it
I
by
don't like
every. Like, if you wanted to do that, you would do like the
I have
3
to do it
month.
by month and quarterly, and I don't.
Yeah.
That's so much effort. Most
Yeah,
people,
that's
and
fair.
they've done.
I mean, that's
everybody
exactly
does-
what Game Pass Ultimate does too. I mean, you can't really, you know,
Well,
just cancel
it's
it
separate.
at a certain time. You
Yeah,
can,
it's
but
separate.
but you lose. Well, no, because Game Pass Ultimate, you still like if you cancel Game Pass Ultimate, you don't have access to Gold anymore
That's if you
because
get
it's
it on
because it's
Ultimate.
looped in. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about.
But you can
Ultimate.
do it separate though. You
Well,
can do
yeah,
it separate.
Yeah, but I mean, you don't get all the stuff that Ultimate comes with. So
It comes with EA Play, and then what else?
you can get it. You can play it on like every platform in terms of console, PC, phones, tablets, everything. You get. The new games added from the cloud. Because I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, you get the EA Play. The biggest difference I think is being able to play it on different platforms and stream games from the cloud.
So-
You can't stream games from the cloud on regular Game Pass.
Okay. I mean, I think that's also what's going to hurt this is PlayStation's accessibility, man.
Yeah.
Like Xbox is on every single platform.
Well, that's
And,
what
like,
the premium does. The premium, you can do it on every platform: PS4, PS5, PC.
Yeah, but you got to wait till the premium to get that.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's just, again, it's the same thing as Game Pass Ultimate. It's actually cheaper than Game Pass Ultimate because Game Pass Ultimate
I
is
can't get-
$80 a month, and this is $120. So substantially cheaper.
I have a PC. I can get PC Game Pass.
Yeah, for like $10 a month.
And I have Xbox Gold. I don't have to pay for anything else. I can just do this, and if I like the game, I'll pay for it. And if I want to cancel it, I'll cancel it, and
Yeah.
I'll only be spending $10 a month. You know, wasting $10 a month, and that's it. You know, so it's just like I feel like PlayStation could have did this in a better way, where like, it gives
definitely.
you a full range of
Yeah.
how you want to tailor your subscription experience, but because they're doing it in such a half-assed way, they're like, "Oh, we lumped everything together, so you got to do this, this, and this, and you got
Yeah.
to fully commit." And because of that, we don't think this is going to be lucrative if we add day one releases. It's just like it's because of how you did it.
Yeah,
You
not
need-
exactly.
As a community, we love playing old games. We just
Oh,
need
I
them to
love
be
playing
optim-
them. I just have too
Yeah.
many on my plate to, actually enjoy them.
If I go back to Infamous 1, remastered, not
Oh,
even
yeah,
optimized,
that'd be
60
dope.
frames, 1080p.
This is
Do
their
it.
this is their new answer to reverse compatibility, and it's still
Yeah.
half-assed. But anyways,
It's very. It's just
Literally, it all depends on what they add in terms of their library.
We have to see the lot.
Yeah.
We have to see the library. We have to see the PS1,
Yep.
PS2 library. Because do you remember? Do you remember? I know this is like going after we said our outro or whatever, but you remember that they were like, yo, we're gonna add PS1 and PS2 games to the PS4 library, to the PS4 store. You know, and they did that, and then it was like what 60 games maybe.
Yeah.
It was like,
Well, I mean, it takes long. It takes a while for them to, optimize those games for PS4. So they were optimized, so you could play them at like PS4 quality.
I argue that Microsoft was born of PC.
Yeah,
everybody
exactly.
Everybody else adopts PC. I was born in the PC. So
I was born Master Race.
So they can do things a lot. I guess do things that optimize a lot easier, and that's I am starting to see the genius of Microsoft. Of course, when Xbox 360 came out, I was way more PS3 and way more into Sony. But like, no, I see their genius.
That's only because I grew up with it. But yeah, exactly. Now we'll see. Yeah, literally, it just depends on what the library looks like, what games they include, and that will be the deciding factor for a lot of people. Yeah. Guys, what do you think about the new PS Plus bundle, or tiers rather? Are you going to be upgrading to any of them, or are you just going to be hanging out? Like probably Jules will, or Devin will rather. I'm going to be going up to the extra, but I mean, let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about if this is going to compete at all with Game Pass, or you think that most people are just going to be sticking with the essential tier and not going anywhere else. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below.
What do you think about my health? And do you think that me drinking for locals is going to shorten my health till from like 80 years old to like 60 years old?
Yes.
Or do you think I should stop and maybe get some help? I'm not going to get some help, but if I can stop,
this guy needs a lot of help. Let's be honest.
Yeah, thank you guys for watching. You've been amazing, and please let us know what you're going to do. I'm going to stick with the standard because they haven't done enough for me personally. And then I have friends that are also hardcore gamers that are just like, yeah, I play games every day, but like I'm still not gonna upgrade because it's just a waste of money.
But guys, let us know all your thoughts in the comment section below. That's all the time we have for today's episode. So let us know what you think about it in the comments. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you've not subscribed yet, we're doing a lot, and we're going to try to do more content for you guys if I have the time to do so. Maybe shorter videos throughout the week. So hit the subscribe button, hit that bell so you can notify whenever these videos go up, and we'll see you in next week's talk show. Peace out, guys. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.